This week I've got a great show for you. On today's show we have three direct marketing myths and why they are nonsense. And in the envelope, I'm going to show you the envelope that all other envelopes want to be. And an answer to a question, of course, from a No BS Live viewer. I want to welcome everybody to No BS Live, the place for prosperity without, without all the bull is my little squeezy bull. I've been seeing a lot of questions and comments lately about some of the reasons why businesses are reluctant to use Glazer Kennedy style marketing. As a matter of fact, I had to go out and get a bull that was a stress squeezy bull. So every time I see one of these things, I got to squeeze it to get all the stress out of me. There are a lot of aspects to it that people, mostly those who are unfamiliar with Glazer Kennedy style marketing, tend to misunderstand. So that's what I'm going to talk about today, some of the myths associated with direct response marketing, especially the kind that we teach at Glazer Kennedy. Now, here's the first one. The first one is, because it's ugly, it won't sell. Now, if that was true, then the 5-page handwritten sales letter on yellow legal pad that I sent out would not have been the #1 response direct mail piece I ever sent out. And the kind of people who responded were professionals, were doctors, lawyers, accountants, were presidents of banks, presidents of Fortune 1000 companies. They responded to it. And because it was ugly, it got noticed by these folks. So don't think at all that because it's ugly it won't sell. Study after study after study after study after study has proven that ugly marketing will outperform pretty marketing. Number 2, spam has killed email marketing. Well, if that was true, then all my online friends, all the internet gurus would all be broke, and they're not broke, they're wealthy, they're rich. See, here's the thing, is you should never spam at all. Never ever spam at all. I mean it, never spam at all, and always give people an opportunity to unsubscribe from your emails. But email marketing is very alive, very, very robust. All you have to do is you have to work harder today than ever before to get your email delivered and open. And there's lots of really cool tactics and strategies in order to do that. But think in terms of the headline, the subject line on your email. That's your headline. Think in terms of delivering real value in emails. Think in terms of making yourself interesting. Think in terms of making yourself influential. And as long as you do all those things, people will happily receive your emails, open them up, but never spam. Now here's the third one. My third one is, my customers are too professional to be swayed by direct marketing techniques. Now again, I kind of answered that in the first one when I talked about all the professionals that came in on the handwritten sales letter that I sent out. But this is really, the answer to this question is a combination to number 1 and number 2 that I just gave you, which is because it's ugly, it won't sell, and because spam has killed email marketing. The answer to this question is the fact that it's not a question of being too professional, it's a question of being relevant. When I was in the menswear business, you know what the #1 question my customers would ask me all the time? And I was selling menswear. And this was the #1 question I'd get all the time, is, Bill, when am I going to be getting the next direct mail piece that you send me? Because I was entertaining to them. I was entertaining them. People go through lives being bored to death, and they're looking for some fun in their lives. They're looking to be entertained. So it's not a question of that your customers are too professional. I can tell you right now, people are people and buyers are buyers. And buyers and people respond to Glazer Kennedy marketing, especially the kind of marketing that I love, which is the outrageously effective marketing. So don't think in terms of that at all. If you do, you're hurting yourself. Now it's time for our S&D segment, and this is right here, the envelope that every envelope wants to be, and it's created by my good friend Harvey McKay, who owns a very famous envelope company called McKay Mitchell Envelope Company. As a matter of fact, had a great best-selling author. One of my favorite books of all time is Swim with the Sharks Without Being Eaten Alive, which Harvey Mackay wrote, and was a bestseller for many, many years. But he's in the envelope business. And look at this envelope. I want to show you right here. You get this envelope in the mail, and to open it up, look what happens when you open it up. You open it up like this. It's unusual. Now, what does this do for you? What this does for you is it gets it open. And that is half of the battle in everything that you do, whether it's your envelopes that you send out or your emails that you send out. You got to get them open. So you got to be different. And this is something that's different, where somebody's going to get this in the mail, and curiosity is going to kill them, that they've got to open this up right away and figure out what this is all about. And it's easy to find the McKay Mitchell Envelope Company online, but just in case, we'll put a link on the screen for you that you can go to and find out about them themselves, because this is not the only envelope they make. They make hundreds of different kinds of unusual envelopes, which actually beats the problem of going out in the mail and never even getting opened up. This will beat it for you. And now it's time to Ask Bill. That is me. So this week, I've got a question from Mr. Scott Jr. I hope I pronounced your name correctly, Scott. One of our gold members from the Down Under, that's Australia. And Scott sent this in. He said, Bill, I've inherited a list with a business I purchased, and I've discovered that a lot of those people are disgruntled with the previous business owner, but for whatever reason have not unsubscribed from the email list. What can I do to get them interested in us as the new business? Okay, Scott, that was a good question. As a matter of fact, everybody at Glazer Kennedy who saw your question in advance, they all agreed that was a good question this week. So kudos for you for asking a real smart question. So let's first talk about the good news. The good news is that you purchased this business that has a list. That's a piece of good news right off the bat. They have a list, which for everybody who's listening, one of the biggest things that you want to always work on is building your list, because if no other reason, when you sell your business, the bigger the list, the more your business is worth. The second thing is the fact that you said that most of them haven't unsubscribed yet. So although they're disgruntled with the previous owner, it sounds to me like they're not disgruntled with what you offered in the past, because if they were, they probably would have unsubscribed. So we got two good things working in our favor. But now, what do we have to work on? We have to work on engagement, involvement with this list, to get them to open up your emails, to get them to be looking forward to what you have. So when you do that, here's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to make yourself interesting, Scott. So if you decide to become the voice of the business, which is probably not a bad idea, but you'll have to decide if that's what you want to do, you have to start making yourself interesting to the people on the list. First of all, I would announce the fact that there's now a new owner in town, that there are new changes in the business. But that's not enough. You have to start talking about yourself, or whatever is the face or the voice of the business has to start letting people into your private life almost, to let them know a little bit more about you, because more people are sort of interested in people than they are in businesses. So think in terms of the fact that you sort of become the reality show in your industry, so people now want to engage you. At the 2011 Super Conference, I'm going to actually be doing a talk on the blueprint for creating great newsletters. And one of the things I always say about newsletters is they should only be about 40% content and 60% non-relevant content, but interesting content. 40% relevant, 60% non-relevant, but interesting content. And you've got to do the same thing with your emails. You've got to do non-relevant but very highly interesting content to get people re-engaged with you. So get out of your comfort zone. Talk about your personal life. Talk about your pets. Talk about your vacations. Talk about your children. Talk about your family. Talk about your friends. Talk about where you've been. Talk about the fact that you watch No BS Live TV. Talk about all that kind of stuff, and you will find that people will start opening up your emails, because they get to live their life with Scott, or whoever becomes the face and voice of your business. Good question, Scott. So Scott, as a thank you, I'm going to send you my Beat the Clock Web Deal of the Week. So the voice of No BS Live TV, Jessica, What do you have waiting for Scott this week?
Jessica here, bringing you this week's Beat the Clock web deal. How would you like to master the most valuable and profitable skill, dramatically improve your earning power, and make all the money you'd like with less stress and strain? With Dan Kennedy's last ever Copywriting Mastery and Sales Thinking Bootcamp, you can do just that. Here's just some of what you'll discover: how to get copy written faster, 5 formulas for opening paragraphs, how to eliminate writer's block, how to best present price, how to deal with the elephant in the room, and much more. Beat the clock and invest in Copywriting Mastery and Sales Thinking Bootcamp for 49% off, but only until 11:59 p.m. Eastern on December 6th. And if you're a GKIC member, you'll even get free shipping. Check the banner for more details.
Well, all right, there you have it, Scott. And that's our show for this week. And if you would like to have your question answered from anywhere in the world, right here on No BS Live TV, just leave it in the comments. And if you're chosen, I'll answer it in a future episode. And as I mentioned before, you can also call in your question to us. Just call 443-470-9025 and leave a clear message with your name and contact information so that we know where to send you your gift. And make sure you keep the question short, but we make it real easy, okay? And that's it for today's show. But before you go, I've got something for you as my free gift for watching. Yep, every week I try to give you something free just for watching. And this week I've got this, which is really, really, really good gift. This is a book, which again I had upside down, which is called Uncensored Sales Strategies. And it was written by Sidney Biddle Barrows and co-authored by Mr. Dan Kennedy himself. And it talks all about the sales process that everybody should have in their business, online and offline. And Sydney, she has a term that she used, which I believe she's actually trademarked, which is called sales choreography. Is how everything needs to be choreographed in your business. This book is really excellent. And to get it, all you have to do is cover the $5.95 shipping and handling charge, and it's yours absolutely free. Now, quantities, of course, are limited, and on this one, it's very limited. We don't have that many, but we'll give them all out, and when they're gone, they're gone. So all you have to do is go ahead and click on the sidebar on the side here, the sidebar on the side, that makes sense, and you can claim your copy. And if you're not already a Glazer Kenny member, I'm making this available to you as what I call my ethical bribe. Yep, it's my ethical bribe to get you to test drive for no additional charge. Just cover the $5.95 shipping and handling for this book. For no additional charge, you'll get 2 free months of Glazer Kenny Elite Gold membership, where you'll get 2 months of our newsletters. You get 3 unbelievable webinars from Dan and Bill and Lee Motier, and lots of other goodies that are waiting for you. Now, if you're already a Glazer Kenny member and you're already enjoying the benefits of membership, you can still get your hands on a copy of this gift as well, as long as you're one of the first people that will actually go ahead and claim it. So claim yours now by clicking on the sidebar on the right. And I am Bill Glazer. And this is No BS Live. This is the place for prosperity without all the bull that you're hearing online. And finally, thanks for watching.